Goddess, and this is where we talk about all things life, love, and bullshit. I want to get started with one of the most important topics right now, which is mental health, right? Um, as you should know from my last post, basically, I've been going through it most of my life, but especially this last year. Um, it was devastating to say the least. And now today is January 1st, 2024, and I'm so grateful to be here in this space, in this place, in this space, in this place, right? Um, yeah, it's been hard for a lot of people, but hopefully life changing, right? Um, yesterday, first of all, I was tarrying, my soul was tarrying. I was trying to figure out how I was going to have a conversation with my mother about some things that had happened to me when I was a little girl. And it was always told to me that I was molested at 2 years old by the babysitter's husband. But after I wrote my book, well, while writing my book, and after I've been trying to figure out like the timelines and the people, and it wasn't adding up to me. So, um, I've been thinking about it, and I was just like, I need to have a conversation with her, And God brought her here yesterday, and I ended up just asking the question, like, who is this person and how did it happen and this, that, and the other. And so I got a little clarity, um, but it was a lot to process. It was a lot to process. And I thought I was two, but she said, no, you were a babe in arms. And I don't know, that really affected me. That hurt my feelings even more, And so I am trying to, not I'm trying to, I am taking the time to let certain things, emotions, feelings, thoughts process out. You know what I mean? Like, I am tired of holding on to things for 30 years and acting like everything is okay when it's not. Um, I took the last few days and just spent it by myself, kind of dating myself and, you know, creating great meals. And yes, I had a couple cocktails when I haven't been drinking. You know what I mean? Like just doing me, taking spiritual baths and meditating and stretching and doing all those things that would make me feel better, just processing out these feelings and emotions. Another thing that she mentioned was that she asked me if I wanted to confront the man who did this this crime, committed this crime towards me. Um, I don't remember her ever asking me that, but I asked her how old was I when you asked me this, since I don't remember, and she told me 9. And so I'm like, me having an 8-year-old right now and thinking about her mental process and how she deals with things, I'm like, there's no way that I would have been able to tell you that, yes, I want to go confront him. That wasn't even my job to do so. Another bit of information that I didn't have before was that she, although the little girl who lived there, who was warning her every day not to bring me in there, although she was doing that, and that the people who worked there were just kind of ushering her away, like, don't listen to her. My mom said she was in denial, but I learned that she said that she knew that it was a real possibility when 2 other parents had went to the police and filed charges. And so then I asked, well, why didn't you? And she just didn't have an answer for that. So of course I have a lot of feelings and they're hurt. My emotions last night were up and down. So I can only imagine, it's almost as if I always step out of myself to imagine how somebody else would feel. So I'm learning how to accept that it was me that these things happen to and not someone else. I'm trying to figure that one out, right? Um, yeah. I mean, but then it makes sense, right? How you live a life of feeling abandoned and neglected and not loved. Most of my life, I felt unloved. Um, in the grander scheme of things, because I know that people love me. I am to be loved. I'm a beautiful earth angel, you know. So I am a giver and a doer and a facilitator, you know. So I get it. Very resourceful as well. So I get why people will gravitate towards me and tell me that they love me. But it's another thing when you feel loved, and maybe I don't know all the way what that really feels like yet, but I have faith that it's coming to me. It's on its way right now. um, I've always kind of joked about, I wonder if I didn't do hair, if I didn't make people feel good, would they even mess with me, you know? um, and I've had to sit with that and how that makes me feel as well. My funeral's gonna be packed. But then it's like, give people their flowers while they're here. And I have had a lot of angels that have been sent to me along the way to help me get to the next stage. I cannot complain about that. Like in the most like craziest times, people have literally walked up to me and given me things, or given me a word, or inspired me to go, or tell me how, how I've inspired them, or motivate me to get to the next step when they didn't even know what I was going through. So I am so grateful for those people that the universe have placed in my space for that. But it's a lot to live 44 years and not feel true love. So yes, I have to give it to myself. And it's like, how do you even know how to give it to yourself? And I've gotten to the point where now, to me, that means to put myself in situations where I just feel my very best. And that's sometimes, being in nature, and, or expounding upon my gifts and talents. I love that. I love production. I love to see something go from nothing to something amazing. And I'm grateful that my hands are able to do that, you know? Um, but yeah, it's been a year. So yes, if you have seen my previous video, my little baby introduction, then you would know that I had a miscarriage in August of 2022. And that affected me tremendously, and it still does. In addition to the fact that the love of my life, who is I'm not in contact with, had a baby with someone else. That's real, and I have had to sit with those feelings and those emotions as well. I know for a fact that everything happens for a reason. The answer as to why may not come when we want it to, but I know that it's coming. And to not be jaded by heartbreak or loss. I feel like I've always had to adjust to loss and mourn the loss of people. Some still living, but a lot of them aren't. And that also makes me think about how much devastation and trauma and sexual deviancy has been in my family for generations to come, like for generations before, not to come. Because, and like I told my mother yesterday, that shit stops. This one, it's not gonna go on anymore. And I am grateful for the collective of people who are awakening to awakening to knowledge and truth and sitting with that and choosing better for their lives and their children's lives. We won't. That was my cat. Stop, Mom. We won't keep the secrets that our forefathers kept. We won't continue abusing others because we were abused. No more secrets. No more lies. And that's another reason why I call it the goddess honest truth. I am the goddess, and I'm always be honest. And you have to live in your truth, and regardless of what or how that makes someone else feel. I can promise you that I won't be making any promises. I'm gonna go with the flow as always. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a journey. I choose to not be afraid for however this displays itself. I might not always be cute because I'm going to be obedient no matter what. If God says go press record, I'm going to do that. If people don't show up, I'm going to go forth. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of waiting, so I got to make it happen, But I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful to choose life every day, even when I've been at my very lowest. Something inside of me has sparked that tenacity to keep growing and going. If not only for me, for my children and the collective, What else I want to talk about? I don't know. Maybe that'll be it for now. So, once again, thank you for joining me. I hope that you'll be along with me on this journey. And please like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And let's spread the word. I want to talk to all of you guys. I want to hear your story. You inspire me to keep going. And hopefully I will inspire you to do the same. Peace, love, and light.